Alright, hello, we're back. And let me just check out some of these sound settings. It doesn't seem to matter what I do with my microphone settings. I get that crackling noise in the background. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. I don't know. They've got some different filters that you can put in OBS, and the recommendations I got for the person's video that I watched, I don't think that his settings work for my voice. Just, he's got kind of a high-pitched voice, I got kind of a low-pitched voice, and I gotta make it fit in with Diablo 4. I don't know. So anyways, yes, if you saw my last video, the title of it was Don't Bother Watching It, watch this video. Okay, so a new bug has come out. You may have seen it, you may have heard about it. It's very simple. You basically can go infinitely into blood mist. It's very simple. You just need the creeping mist aspect. You can only have this on your boots or your amulet. It doesn't matter which one you have it on. I just happen to put it on this random amulet because I want to test it out, see if it works. So we'll go into the training room. And
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. I gotta put it on. That's without it. So that was without it. This is with it. Okay, so basically I was just holding down my F key. That's where my blood mist is on right now. It's on the F key. It's just a bug. I mean, if you look at the description of creeping mist, gain, evade, cooldown reduction. You can evade during blood mist, traveling twice as far. Entering or exiting blood mist resets your evade cooldown. Has absolutely nothing to do with anything to do really with what you would think, you know, casting blood mist would do. But there it is. So there are a couple of caveats to this. Okay, number one is when you're in blood mist form, you can't cast any skills, at least nothing I have. Now maybe there's another skill on here somewhere that you can cast with it. I don't think so, but I'm willing to go and look, but you're basically very limited to what you can do, and I'll go into blood mist form again and show you. Okay, so all of my skills were blackened out. I couldn't cast any of them. So, yes, you are completely invulnerable and unstoppable, or however they phrase it, but you're limited in how you can attack, if you can attack. So your damage has got to come from blood mist itself. Now, blood mist does very little damage, just does tickle damage. So you have to find a way to be able to do damage from blood mist's attacks. It's a macabre skill. So maybe if there's an interaction with, some people call them macabre skills. I think it's pronounced macabre. If there's an interaction between macabre skills and doing damage. You know, then every time it's being cast, you're going to be doing damage. As long as it's macabre based, or blood, or physical damage. Okay, so, or, you know, maybe something that has to do with damage itself. So if you do damage, or if you cast a spell or something like that. Now, there are a couple of mythic uniques that work well with it. I do not have them. One is on Dariel's Visage. It says you get a 20% chance to cast, I think it's a poison, some kind of poison nova. So that works well. And I forget the name of the other one. Anyways, I don't have them. However, I do have minions. My minions continue to attack while I am in Blood Mist form. Oh yeah, and the other caveat to it, the other thing you have to keep in mind is you can't move a very long distance. I'm gonna assume it's 1 second. You can move for anything less than a second and you'll be fine. But if you go over 1 second, you come out of Blood Mist form. So I'll just try and move. I just noticed my minions did not move. My minions can attack, but they do not move while in Blood Mist form. I didn't even notice that.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. So I don't even think that was 1 second. I think it was more like a half a second. So you can move in fairly short bursts. Okay? I'm not sure. I would probably have to really test out just how far I can move before coming out of Blood Mist. But as long as I don't, if I don't move at all, I'm in it infinitely. But if I gonna say if I just take short bursts and just move little bit, I should be fine. But okay, my minions will not move. So like I could use this in a single fight, like let's say against a boss or something like that, or maybe against a group of creatures. But once I have to move, I will have to come out of it. So there used to be some sort of interaction, and there was kind of a theme in Diablo 3 where if you found a way to attack and it did massive damage, then you want to just focus on that damage and then put everything else into defense. So you want to try and keep some sort of balance, because you don't want to die. Especially if you're in something where you can only die a certain number of times before it resets. Well, you don't want to die. So you need your defense to keep you alive. But the opposite also is true. If I've got a way to be immortal, then that means everything else in my build should have to do with defense. I'm sorry, with offense. Because I've got the ultimate defense right here. I'm immune to everything. So you know, when we look at some of my defensive items, right? I don't need this aspect. Basic skills grant damage reduction. Don't need it, because I'm immortal. Empower me at 70%. Skeletal priests empower me at 70%. Well, if it empowers me, maybe it also empowers my minions, so maybe I could use that. But there might be something better. Corpse tendrils? Okay, so let me skip that for a moment. Temerity? I do not need temerity at all. I'm immortal. Skeletal mages max, that's damage, that's good. That's damage, that's good. I gotta have this one. That's the necessary one. Damage, that's good. Damage, that's good. Now I had also, you know, depends on what you want as far as... Oh, I'm gonna get out of here for a second. But I had... instead of the two-handed weapon, I had a one-handed weapon. Minions deal damage. I did have this dodge one. Obviously don't need dodge anymore. Army of the Dead. Useless. I cannot cast Army of the Dead when I'm in Blood Mist form. So that's useless. But what do I need? Okay, if I want this, I've got to be able to cast Corpse Tendrils. I can't cast Corpse Tendrils. But the Ring of Sacrilegious Souls can. So this might actually be useful now. Same thing for the Raised Skeleton. I can't cast my Raised Skeleton to heal my minions. They would just eventually take so much damage and die. So... And let me speak of this before I go any further, I guess. You know, this bug here, it's probably going to last for the rest of the season. They may pull it out. They may do an emergency update and take it out. But from what I was told, probably it won't be taken out at the next patch because it's right around the corner. I think it's next week or something like that. So there's probably not enough time for the devs to put it in there to fix it. So, you know, you would probably be foolish to not use it if you can, right? I'd be foolish to not use this, or if I can find some way to incorporate this in my build, I'd be silly to not do it. Now, I can't use it for everything, probably. You know, maybe just the Infernal Hordes, because there you don't have to move around all that much. But I probably couldn't use it in the pit, because you're constantly running in the pit. You have to move in the pit. And my minions would not be able to follow me when I'm in Blood Mist form. Well, that's not an issue pretty much in Infernal Hordes, because, you know, the enemies more or less come to me. I don't really have to go to them unless you're doing like the Soul Spires or something like that. Hello? I should go test something else too, just real quick, because this may not even work at all. If my minions can't move at all, let's say they're frozen, then any ranged attackers, my minions wouldn't be able to attack, my mages would. And so if so, maybe I should just focus on just skeletal mages. Give up the golem, give up the reapers. Let's see if they can move at all. So they can move. They can move into attack. They just can't move to not attack, which I guess is a good thing.
I need more time.
Oh, come on. Thought I had it up. Try it again. Let's just... I'm going to test it one more time. I'm just going to see how far I can move. Make sure they, you know, they might be able to just pop up. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but... You see how I have to just take short bursts? So it's hitting a lot. So only after coming out of it will they follow me under non-combat conditions. But in combat conditions, I guess they will move around to attack enemies. So that's good. So I could probably use that bug in the Infernal Hordes. And, you know, I'd be foolish not to. I was going to try it just like this. Because I redid my build with, and I might even want to try it like this anyways, but with my Reapers, I could probably go into Blood Mist often enough, or I think I could do that 101 pit now. Because I think the thing that was killing me with the pit was going and fighting the main boss at the end and then getting hit by not being like not dodging attacks that boost up the amount of damage you take. I don't know specifically actually what that's called, but you know, you get hit by that once or twice and you're dead. But I think I would be able to have Blood Mist up often enough to be able to avoid that like every time. I don't know, but I think so. I think I could. I was just thinking about if I could use this while moving in the pit, but not really, because, you know, if I go into combat, once again, I can't do anything else. I can't cast my golem to make corpses. I can't explode the corpses to gain the benefit of that legendary node. That gives me 40% bonus damage. I can't do corpse tendrils, so I can't actively cast a lot of this stuff. You know, my minions will still attack, but that's about it. So I need things that will work either automatically or work with the casting of Blood Mist or work with taking damage. So I couldn't just put this on right now and then go and play and have this, because it, you know, I definitely would need to revise what I'm doing. So what I was saying before my special announcement about my Just saying that if you got something like this, just take advantage of it while you got it before they fix it, I guess. And then I can come back and try this. But it's like, since I'm immortal, that means I can throw everything into offense. Or, whatever else I might need. I can't see myself needing anything else, but I gotta throw everything else into offense or movement speed. I think there's doubling your movement speed while in Blood Mist form, although that may not be an issue per se, because I really don't want to move around all that much because my minions won't follow me unless I'm in combat. I don't know. Maybe they will follow. No, they won't follow. They will not follow unless an enemy is within their range. Has nothing to do with being within my range. It's within their range. So more or less, I just won't be able to move. I won't be able to move. If I do need to move, I will have to come out of Blood Mist form. And I'll have to get back into Blood Mist form as soon as possible. And it's got a 20-second cooldown, so, maybe if there's a way I can get that pumped up. I think I had a thing with plus... Well, I could do the corpse explosion one. Every time it explodes a corpse, it takes... Casting a skill that overpowers. I don't have anything that overpowers. Yeah, I just at the moment I'm not thinking I can move. I don't think I can do the pit with this tech, at least not with my minions build. Now, if I find a way to be able to do damage without minions, that would be different. So Blood Mist damage is 2%. Oh no. Yeah. 2% damage, which is extremely low. So even something like the Grandfather doing massive damage, it would still just be tickle damage. So it has to be a way to deal damage just by it being triggered. So when I stun, freeze, or immobilize an elite, pull in enemies, deal damage to them. But it can only occur once every 12 seconds, so that's worthless. Every time I cast a skill with a resource cost. Well, Blood Mist does not have a resource cost. It's got a cooldown. Bone Spear, I can't use Bone Spear. When I pick up Blood Orbs, a free Bone Spirit is spawned. So that might be useful just to keep in mind if there's a way I can make Blood Orbs. If there's a way I could make Blood Orbs, just pick up 3 of them, get a Bone Spirit. That might be worth it, because I think there's a thing that says if I consume a corpse, I make a blood orb. I think there's an aspect like that. Blood Lance, not doing Blood Lance. Soul Brand, nope. Okay, now razor plate. I could think about razor plate now. Going back to razor plate. Because I'm more or less immortal now. So now the only thing is that they wouldn't be able to do damage to me. I think I have to actually take the damage, or is it just attack? When hit by direct attacks. So I don't think they can hit me when I'm in blood mist form. So it wouldn't be me, it would just be the minions. And that other aspect that I was using would not work either. For the thorns. Take it off? Where is it? It's the one, I think it says when you channel, and for a few seconds afterwards, you get thorns damage. Well, I can't do any channeling, as far as I know. I mean, maybe I could test it out and see, but I don't think I can. While you have an active bone storm. I won't be having an active bone storm. Grandfather. Critical strike damage by 100%. You know, so maybe if I can get my critical strike chance up high enough. Darkness skills, chill. I'm not using darkness skills. So anything with lucky hit would at least be worth considering. 40% chance to deal 9,000 cold damage. 20% chance to freeze enemies and deal that damage to them. So that might not be bad, you know, because that's just going to be damage from lucky hit. Just not sure that it's just not very much damage. Okay, so I can fear and slow them. Now we're gonna be making corpses. Probably lots of corpses. I might be getting ahead of myself here. I should probably at least, I don't know, maybe just for now. I'm gonna say just for now, just be thinking about minions. What can I do with minions, 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 minions? Okay, this might be good. This is more or less just a pure, that would be on average, I guess, 50%. I've not tested it with minions. I don't know if it would help with minions. Lucky hit chance, crowd control. Corpse explosion, damage. I wouldn't be able to cast curses. This would make it to where my minions curse enemies automatically. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything with overpower. I may just get rid of the curse altogether. You deal 18% increased damage while unstoppable. Alright, so that would just be, you know, an extra 18% damage. Because I believe I'm unstoppable. Okay, so this is one of the items that they recommended. Casting a skill with a cooldown, explode, dealing that damage. That's fire damage. This would be good, except it can only occur once every 8 seconds. Cooldown, non-mobility. Non-ultimate. Once every 8 seconds. So, who knows? Maybe once every 8 seconds get, I don't know, corpse explosion. I don't know. It's stupid. So this I would probably absolutely want to have. I've got to be able to heal my skeletons. So one times a second, race skeleton will be cast. Corpse explosion, corpse tendrils. Corpse tendrils every 6 seconds, so I can have my grasping veins. This might have been good if you could find some way to have damage over time come from your blood mist. That's something to keep in the back of my mind, I guess. Mother's Embrace, core skills, 6 attack from each minion. I mean, I could consider having this, but nah. That's no good. Blood Surge Mini Nova. All right. So, you know, just the main point of all of it is, just go. If you're gonna be immortal, then you can afford to change everything else over to offense, because you're immortal. You don't need barrier, you know, unless you're using the aspect that gives you extra bonus damage when you have a battery up, but you won't need it. Probably the biggest thing I will have to look out for is if I accidentally come out of Blood Mist. Let's say I move too far and I come out of it. Okay, well, for the next 20 seconds, I can probably get one-shotted by everything, because I won't have nearly as much life. I won't have any of my defensive stuff. So I've got to play super duper cautiously. If I'm fighting the council and one of the enemies is up in an outer edge of the area, I can't bring my minions up to it. I've got to find a way to be able to make sure I can get that enemy to come to me. I don't know. Well, it's gonna take me a good amount of time to go over my entire build, including my Paragon or whatever, and switch everything away from defense and just go pure offense. And I'm probably not going to do that while I'm recording, and I may just do it. May just do it some other time. It's going to be really boring, I'm sure. But, you know, whether or not it's going to be any good for my setup with minions, that I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it could be. It's just a matter of making sure that I always have the Blood Mist when I need it. If I come out of Blood Mist, there can't be any enemies around, because even the small normal monsters would be able to one-shot me. If I come out of Blood Mist, I'm dead. You know, if there's any enemies around, because I won't have any of my defensive type stuff. And to do the big damage, like I said, you've got to have, I believe it's at least one or maybe even two of the mythic items. Hello. And they are mythic items that do damage. I think it's when you do damage. So, you know, since you're doing damage with Blood Mist, the mythic item will be doing damage. Kind of like this Arachnoths.
Greetings.
When you cast a skill with a cooldown. It's something along that lines. Pretty sure it's Ondariel's Visage is one of them. I think there's another one too. I think it's Tyrael. Tyrael's Might. It's the one that shoots out holy bolts, I think, whenever you deal damage or something like that. Or maybe it's whenever you take damage. One or the other. Alright. So that's all I'm going to do while recording for now. I'm just going to take a little bit of time to just really go through everything and look at everything and see if maybe I can find some way of being able to make this work with my current build. With minions. Yeah, just... It's just a shame, because I really did want to just try this on that level 101. Now that I've got the Blood Mist, and I gave up the Army of the Dead, and I got this two-hander for 90% bonus attack speed for my minions. Alright, let me just take a little bit of time, see what I can find on my own, and then I'll come back and maybe just do a little bit of playing, or if I happen to find something, looks like it'll work, then I'll probably try and set something up. But either way, I will be back, and we'll see what I end up finding. Okay, I'll be back.